Hey guys, it's Sadie, and today I'm gonna be doing 18 things I've learned in 18 years. There's just like wisdom shooting out of my veins, and I feel like I just want to give you guys the advice that I wish I knew before going into certain situations and things that I think are really important to live by. You always ask for videos for motivation and how to be happy and just how to live your best life ever. If you want more videos like this, then subscribe and press the notification bell. The first thing is to be spontaneous, and I actually am the type of person that likes to plan everything out. This is nothing new. Like, we already knew this. Like, we have been we have been knowing this maybe since I started my channel, because I'm obsessed with being organized and planning. But I have realized that some of the best experiences that I've had have been ones that are very spontaneous and last minute and not planned, and I feel like you remember those more than memories that were kind of planned and like normal. So definitely just try to be spontaneous. Don't do anything illegal. Do not be illegal. Don't get arrested. That's my advice. That's my second thing, actually. Don't get arrested. Don't be afraid to go out of your bubble and have fun. The next thing is something very personal to me, and this might not apply to everyone, but it is to let people help you. I need this. Like, this is something that I need to keep reminding myself literally every single freaking day. I admit that. I have admitted my problems, and that is the first step to getting better. I'm the type of person that likes to do everything themselves, and I feel like if it needs to be done right, I need to do it myself, and no one else can help me, and that is it. Very unhealthy way to live your life, because sometimes you can't do everything yourself, and sometimes having assistance from other people is going to make the finished product better. For example, in school, I would do probably 90% of every single project, like group project, and then I'd literally leave like 10% to the other person. Maybe it's because they didn't want to do the work, which they would always get credit for it, like literally always. We're not gonna talk about that. That's a completely different thing. Oh, I should have done the thing where I pin my, okay. I'm so distracted. Okay, and then second thing, my YouTube channel. I thought if I took anyone else's ideas, or if I got inspired off of someone else, if I started using editing tricks that I've seen other people do, if they wanted to help me out with the video, I'd literally be like, no. Like, I need this to be full 100% in my control, and I just need to let other people help. One, it's gonna make you way less stressed. And two, the finishing product might be even better because everyone has a different set of skills, and you never really know what it can be until you let people help you. And it actually can be a fun experience on collaboration skills. That didn't make sense. When people ask me for help, it's actually super flattering, so don't be afraid to ask. Do not be afraid. This next one is kind of cheesy, and you guys, I don't really know if I want to say it because it's like very cheese level. It's like cheese level 13, but I'm still going to say it because it is true. I believe it. I feel like a lot of people also believe it as well, but I honestly feel like the best thing you can do on this earth is make someone happy. Like, that sounds fake and that sounds so like cheesy. It sounds like a little Pinterest VSco quote right there, but I'm actually like serious about this. Every single time that I have like complimented someone or let someone in when they were like trying to come in while driving, or literally just doing a little favor for someone, giving someone like really good advice, or listening to someone when they need someone to vent to, like, if you know that you have brightened someone's day or made someone happy, made them more confident in themselves, or inspired them in some way, it's a different, like, it hits different. Like, it hits different to yourself. It's so hard to explain, and once you start doing it more often, it kind of gets addicting because you get this like rush of just what's that called? Not proudness. That's not a word. Am I okay? I don't even know what the word is looking for, but you feel so much better in yourself for radiating that positive vibe outwards. You guys know that with the law of attraction, the vibes that you give out or the vibes you're going to get back. So if you are making other people happy and you make that like something that's super important to you, then the universe is going to respond and give you a lot of positive energy back. The fourth thing, I'm actually bad at doing this. I'm going to admit it right here and right now. Look back on how far you've come. It is so easy to get wrapped up in just like moving forward, pushing forward, what's What's the next goal I can smash? If you're constantly looking to like accomplish something that is in the future, or just like constantly looking to be better than you already are, you're gonna get burnt out. That is like one of the worst feelings ever, getting burnt out. Like it could be like in a YouTube kind of space area. You know, you've done some amazing things. Like that's actually kind of sick. Like you've been through dark places and you've come out stronger. If you have come out of them, you have come out of them stronger because you've gained a new experience and you've gained a new like outlook on how to handle a situation. Be grateful for the hard work that you've put in. Recently, I'm like, okay, I need to hit 1 million subscribers. I need to start uploading like a ton of times a week because I'm taking this gap year and I want to make it like the best thing ever, and I really want to grow and like start new things. But I needed to look back and see that I have built this channel from scratch by myself with like sponsorship help from my managers. Just try to think of yourself as another person. And what would you say to them if they had done the same thing you have? Does that make sense? Everyone has something that they have to battle, and a lot of people are very good at hiding it. This is so important. It's really hard to remember this, especially if you're like fighting with someone or you're in an argument. Everyone has something that they have to go home to that doesn't make them the happiest. Stuff like that they can hide so well because maybe it's been with them for their whole life. So we know how to hide like our biggest insecurity and our biggest problems and our emotions. Just know that even if someone is acting like everything is fine, everyone has battles that they're overcoming. Nobody has like a perfectly happy life. So just remember that. We'll try to handle every situation with the kindest person, the kindest part of your being that you can. I don't know if that makes sense. Number 6, you don't have to wait for an apology to forgive someone. It is so hard. Humans actually strive for closure. Like closure is something that makes them feel good, makes us feel comfortable. Sometimes you just need to forgive someone for something that they've done. First of all, that burden of hating someone or not liking someone for something they did is just going to hang over your head, and don't give them that power to make you mad. Second of all, it is just a kind thing to do to forgive people. You don't have to be everyone's friend. Just say, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget. You can forgive, be civil, don't be mean and petty towards another person. You have the full capability to move on, and that is going to put you like in the winning position if you move on before they do, because they're just gonna be stuck in their ways and you're just gonna be flying high over here in your high vibration. Number 7. This is something that I want to scream at the top of a roof / very high building so that everyone in the whole world can hear what I'm saying. It is that you are your only limit. In this lifetime, you are the only person that's going to decide what you accomplish, who you are friends with, how healthy you are, how you live your life, your whole outlook on life, the thoughts that you are telling yourself in the morning before you go to bed when your subconscious mind is super active, and all throughout the day, all of the like self-deprecating comments that you make, insults that you say to yourself, which we all do. Stop. Don't do that. That's my advice. Don't do that, because you are limiting yourself. Like, did I think that I was going to have this successful of a YouTube channel and have this many amazing people watching my videos? No, I did not. Not at all, actually. Not in the slightest bit. But once I actually started believing in myself and I took that risk to not go to university and to take spares in high school so that I could potentially build this into a career, it's all because in my mind, I was like, this is happening. Like, this is actually going to be my life, and I do not care what anyone else thinks. I've decided that I'm doing this and I know I can do it. I have full potential. Just keep like repeating those affirmations and you will do it. Number 8, you live in a world that your brain creates. So if your brain is constantly taking in negative situations and reacting in a negative way and being like sad and mad about every single bad thing that happens to you, you're just going to create a more negative world. Your brain reacts to all the situations. You can make light of a situation or you can make darkness out of a situation. So if you make light out of a situation, you're obviously going to be living in a brighter, happier world, because your mindset is everything. Your brain controls your whole body. Use your brain as if you are living inside of it. They're little kitties in a pool. Anyways, so let's just pretend that that's like cute little white noise in the background, not children screaming. Number 9 is more of a financial one. This is something that I am experienced in, so I wanted to share my wisdom in this area. It is that saving money now, like while you're young, is actually so worth it. Also, you do not need to have the most expensive things, even if you can afford it. There have been many people in my school asking me why I don't come dripping in Gucci and Louis Vuitton every single day at school, because they know how much YouTubers make. It's not really a secret. Like, you can make a lot of bank from YouTube. Not saying that I do, but I do make enough money to support myself, which I'm so thankful for every single day. I am still living in my means. Like, I'm living in my means. I am not buying designer purses or like super expensive clothing. I'm not buying the latest technology. Yes, I have invested in equipment for my channel, but it's an investment, which means that I'm going to earn money back when I get a check from YouTube. I put 95%, if not all, in my savings account. And I don't spend any money in my savings account except for if I'm like buying a car or like a huge expense like that. But saving money, oh my goodness, because once you move out and you have to pay rent and you have all these different things, like you want to have a cushion of at least like a couple months of rent in your bank account. I'm just telling you now that you don't have to go and buy the expensive things even if you can't afford it. 10th thing, always be humble. Just always do it. You do not like someone who is constantly bragging or constantly wanting to one-up everyone else. Everyone has something that they're proud of, and you are so allowed to be proud of it. You are allowed to market yourself, you're allowed to promote yourself and be confident and stuff. But just always remember to stay humble. It's way better to be successful in silence than to gloat about your success, especially if you are a social media influencer. Like, not letting numbers get to your head is just so important. The 11th thing to remember is the past cannot be changed. I am actually bad at this. I'm also bad at remembering that the future can't be changed by any amount of anxiety that I'm feeling right now. So for example, dance competitions, I forgot my solo one time at a dress rehearsal for a competition, and that has been stuck in my head forever. And literally when I used to go on stage for my solo, I would replay me forgetting my solo like 5 years earlier in the back of my head before I went on stage, which is the absolute worst thing that I could do, but I literally couldn't stop doing it because I was like, what if this happens again? The past can't be changed. You don't have to stress about it anymore. You can just let it go. Number 12, you have more of an effect on other people than you actually know. I knew that when I had a super small channel in like grade 9 and stuff, there were, my friends would tell me that there were like other people that are super big fans of my channel, and then they would DM me and they'd be like, I can't believe that you go to my school, but your videos like inspire me so much and they just make me so much happier and all of that. Also, when I was in elementary school, I was kind of known as this person that was like never sad. People actually have told me like privately that seeing me happy has actually like made them want to be happier. So, and I hadn't known that, and if they didn't tell me that, like I would never have known. So you have like more of an effect on people than you think. Number 13, super cliche, do not click off of this video when you hear this. Everything that happens to you is for a reason. And I am telling you this because there have been so many times where I've been going through like a bad situation and I'm like, why the freak is this happening to me? Some of the worst situations that have happened to me have been some of the best things that have happened to me, which doesn't make sense. But know that it is happening to you because you're going to come out of it better. Remember that. Remember. Number 14, I actually cannot stress this enough, and this is probably one of the most important things that I'm going to say, so listen up and listen now. I saw this quote on Pinterest and it literally punctured a hole in my being. Someone never forgets how you made them feel. If it's a stranger and you cut them off, or you said something that was mean, or you, I don't know, you flipped them off when you were driving or something like that, they're most likely not going to remember what you looked like. They're not going to remember what car you were driving. Basically anything about that situation more than they're gonna remember how you made them feel. They're gonna be like, wow, someone flipped me off, so someone must have really thought that I am a bad person or I did something wrong. Not what your face looked like. They're going to remember how getting flipped off made them feel. When I think of people, I think of how they have made me feel, and that is how I judge them and judge their character. Not how other people like say that they are, or like other assumptions, rumors that I've heard. Do they make me feel accepted, comfortable, confident, happy? 15 is a special one in my little heart right here, and that is lying is never worth it, even if you don't get caught. Let me explain. I am not a perfect child. I have lied to my parents. I've actually lied to my parents many times. Do I regret it? Yes, 1000%. Some I have gotten caught, you know, actually a lot because I'm actually very bad at lying. Like, I cannot hide my emotions at all. I'm like, yes, I clean the dishes. Like, you know, like I can't lie. Even when I don't get caught, the amount of guilt and stress that lying causes me is actually astronomical. It just creates this kind of taint in a friendship or in a relationship, and it doesn't make it as like true or real. And also, when someone comes to me with the truth, I feel like they know that they can trust me with it and not that they have to like hide things from me, which is kind of like a compliment to me. 17, every single day is a fresh start. No matter what crapola, no matter what bad situation happened to you yesterday, this morning you're going to wake up like you were a completely new person and you have a completely new life to restart. Because if you are bringing the bad vibes from yesterday to today to the next day to the next day, you're never going to be over a situation. And starting in the morning is actually super helpful for that. So if you want a law of attraction, high vibration morning routine, you can click the I. Tomorrow is a fresh start and you can be exactly who you want to be, the happiest version of yourself tomorrow, no matter what happened today, brothers. Number 18. This is very personal to me, but it is to not take everything so seriously and not take everything to heart. Recently, I have been exposed to a couple hundred hate comments on my reels, and that is because I have been promoted on the explore page with 2 of my reels. A lot of people are not happy just because they don't like the fact that it's very similar to TikTok and it's now on Instagram. I understand that. The fact that people are like hating on someone that they don't even know, or this is kind of like the first time that I've experienced like real online hate, and this is from people that don't follow me and they really just don't really care if they're hating on me or whatever. I learned to not take everything so seriously. I'm also really bad at taking constructive criticism. Like, I'm very bad at that, which is really bad because I'm a YouTuber and like you need to be able to take constructive criticism. I'm a perfectionist, so I feel like if I do it, like I'm doing it right, and if I spent so much time and effort on it, I feel like it should be perfect. And then when other people say that it's like not perfect, I get fed up. I literally go off and it's bad. So I'm trying to just relax, you know, not take everything so seriously. If a video fails and I worked super hard on it, that is okay. Like, that is actually okay. You know that the next day is a fresh start. And I don't take all of these hate comments to heart because I know that they don't know me as a person and they're not able to judge my character because I have never talked to them in my whole life. Now that I'm literally sweating out of every single pore in my body and there are screaming children everywhere, I'm going to end this video. I hope this was a really insightful video for you guys. Comment down below your age and do like that many points of things that you've learned. So if you're 16, do 16 things that you've learned. I'm so excited to upload this video. I'm actually really excited because these are like things that I actually try to live by every single day. Subscribe and press the notification bell. You can text me at 647-372-1646. But I hope you have an amazing day and I love you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye.